Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Garden a Day with Maidenbrook Gardens, where we explore the world one garden at a time. Today is December 3rd. Today we are exploring something a bit different, something a little bit more than a garden. We are exploring 240 acres that includes the boyhood home of one of America's most prominent agriculture scientists in our nation's history. Today we are exploring the George Washington Carver National Monument in Newton County, Missouri. George Washington Carver was born in Newton County in the early 1860s. His exact birth date is unknown. His parents were Mary and Giles, slaves of Moses Carver. Giles died before George was born, and when George was only a week old, he and his mother and sister were kidnapped by raiders from Arkansas. Moses Carver was able to negotiate the return of the infant George, and he and his wife raised George as their adopted son. They encouraged George in his intellectual pursuits, which saw George attending school in Kansas and eventually at Iowa State. In 1896, Carver became the head of the agriculture department at the Tuskegee Institute. He would go on to teach there for 47 years. It was there that his research into growing peanuts led him to receive acclaim not only in the United States, but around the world. He was made a member of the Royal Society of Arts in England in 1916 and spoke in front of the House of Representatives in 1921. Harry S. Truman, then a senator from Missouri, proposed a national monument to Carver. The bill passed unanimously in both houses. In 1943, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt dedicated $30,000 for the national monument. This was the first national monument for anyone other than a president, and the first to honor an African American. The George Washington Carver National Monument spans 240 acres of the original Moses Carver homestead. In 1966, it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Today, visitors will find tall grass prairie with native wildflowers, much like it was during Carver's childhood. There is a science lab constructed to look much like Carver's own science lab, and nature trails throughout the park. The park closes at 5 daily. They will be closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Well, that's about it for today's garden visit. Join me here tomorrow to find out where we're going next. As a reminder, you can subscribe, like, or follow this podcast on any of the major podcast players. I will be launching a newsletter in January. To sign up for that, please visit our website at gardenaday.com and click on the subscribe button. There's a link in the notes. Thank you for listening today and every day. If all goes well, I'll be right back here tomorrow. See you then.